right. Welcome to episode 2 of the Parker's Couch.
We're here, brother. Episode 2. What happened last Friday?
So what happened was, you see, this is why you're here, because
I'm the voice of reason. I'm rational.
It's that I'm not going to commit. Because y'all Friday ended up being
Friday was Friday.
Friday in. Yes, but we're here. Back to back. We're sticking with it.
Yeah.
And thank y'all for subscribing and watching and tuning in just to enjoy us talk about sports.
Absolutely.
And don't we have a lot to talk about now, because your boy and my boy, Deion Sanders, is taking over the world.
Yes.
Okay. World domination.
World domination.
Now, what a game. Double overtime. And it was 43-35 over the weekend. And we know there was a lot of hoopla going into this game against Colorado State. Right. There was all the back and forth with the head coach. Well, specifically one head coach. All that back and forth and just all the talk going in. And we saw that play out on the field too. Now, I'm going to tell you, I did not watch this live. So I'm going to rely on my brother. Yes. He did, because I was out. I was out Saturday night. It's a Saturday night. I'm still young.
Yeah, okay.
Youngish.
And I was having a good time at home with Mother Jane. So I watched it. I did. It was a really good game. I've seen I've seen a million highlights, and I've gone back and watched plays, and what a game. It was definitely a rivalry game. It felt like a playoff game, the intensity in the building and on the field.
What other time in life would a Colorado State game?
Never in my lifetime.
What?
I was like, I gotta watch Colorado State. I've never said that in my life.
But the day was insane, though. The coverage beforehand, having Fox Sports out there, having ESPN out there, Lil Wayne out there,
The Rock
on there.
Offset was there.
Everybody was there.
Yeah.
Like, this was the game to be at too that night, because it was just so good.
The BET Awards.
So it definitely was the BET Awards.
Yes.
Absolutely. Who impressed you, I guess, after this game? What do you think? Like, overall, before we get into Shedeur?
Shedeur, for sure.
Yeah.
That last winning drive was what Heisman trophies are made out of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, definitely.
And the overtime. And they did something odd. They actually took the ball in overtime. Normally, teams defer to the other team, so you know what you have to do. They said, no, we're hot. We're taking the ball. You're going to have to conform to what we're doing.
Absolutely. He finished 38 of 47, 348 yards, 4 TDs. He did have the one interception early.
Yeah,
but it's in the first. Nobody even remembers that anymore. But it's only one thrown this season.
Right.
Third straight game now with over 300 yards passing. I believe I saw a stat that said he's the first person in Colorado history to do that. Like, it's amazing the numbers that he's putting up, and he's definitely placing himself in that Heisman race right now.
Right. But I blame Colorado State for not being aggressive. They had like a fourth and maybe like 1 or 2 where they could have put the game away.
And they decided not to be aggressive all of a sudden.
They decided to be aggressive all of a sudden, and it backfired.
Because they were certainly aggressive.
I knew they were going for it. I would have gone for it.
They were certainly aggressive in non-football plays.
But I'm talking about that jerk. I'm not going to say much because he's getting death threats. I don't want to be part of that crew.
Y'all stop sending that man death threats.
And his family. His family had nothing to do with it.
Y'all, that's a little bit too much. That's going too far.
A little too far.
But he did rob us now of seeing Travis Hunter.
USC and Oregon.
I know.
I can't say that word.
Oh, my God. Like, that was the bad part of the game. That put a little sourness on college football.
That's why they were in the game, because...
Absolutely.
Shedeur been on, oh boy, that was killing it.
Absolutely.
Number 14 on 4, I forgot his number. But he's a pro, though. He makes some really good plays.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
To you, does that... because, we're all used to seeing hard plays and things hard fought, but that just elevated to a different level in the rivalry.
Oh, that's dirty.
And being Carolina Duke, we know all about rivalries and how they can go. And there are dirty plays certainly that have happened through the years with things, but
it needs to be in between the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was definitely out of bounds what he did.
Way out of bounds. Way out of bounds.
I would have thrown this behind out, personally.
He would have been gone. There would have been a suspension or something coming.
Absolutely.
Like now,
something.
I'm just amazed that nothing has happened there.
And he's like I think a senior, a super duper senior or something, so he knows better.
He definitely knows better. It was well beyond the play.
Yeah.
Now for you, have you ever seen anything like this? What's happening with Deion and this? Just what he is,
I would say.
What does it
yes
remind
and
you
no,
of?
not from the head coach, point of view, but on the field, I would say like those Miami Hurricane teams were kind of like this. Those renegade teams.
Yeah.
I hate the Hurricanes. I'm a Florida State fan, but I respected that. But I did
absolutely
that 0-1 team. I did like the every team in there.
Yes.
You can't have like that team.
That was a good team. It's just like I hear whenever we were out, we had an 8th Street Festival here in DC over the weekend. And whenever we was walking back home, I just heard random people talking like, oh, that Colorado State game is on tonight.
We got to watch that.
And I'm like looking around like.
We're in DC. What we know about Colorado State?
Not a thing. Not a damn thing. Now, it's people who don't even watch football that are watching football. Because
it's pop culture, yeah.
Yes, it has become completely pop culture.
And Deion, he's just shaking up the game. It's not an old fat white guy on the sideline. It's a black man, not a person of color.
That's true. A black man that's doing it. And it's just so amazing. It's nothing short of amazing. That's all I can say. The way that he is just galvanizing the sports world. And he's been a top story 3 weeks into we're going into the 3rd week. So even after 2 weeks of the NFL season, he's still the top story.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking about Deion.
They got a tough one this week, though.
They do. This is going to be...
I'm pulling for the Buffs.
Now, I'm going to be here to watch this one.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, it's a day game, so
yes.
you're good.
I'm good. It's a day game. Now, I'm certainly going to watch this one because we got Heisman, esque opportunities on the line here. Like, this could certainly elevate. And if you get something done without Travis Hunter there.
Those receivers are stepping up. Horn is balling. Weaver. That tight end, he really came through. The tight end was integral to their winning.
Absolutely. All right, you want to take it to the NFL?
Yeah, let's go ahead. And talk about no offense, defense.
Monday night. So, first of all, how do you feel about these 2 games on Monday night?
I don't mind it. It was okay. I mean, it was new. I think if they do it, though, it should be spaced out differently. It should be West Coast teams and East Coast teams.
Yeah.
Like maybe the first game started at 7, and the next game start when that was over. Or like close to being over, like 9 or 10.
I was just drained. Like, I couldn't,
that's true.
I mean, and I love sports. We do watch football all day Sunday. And I guess after watching football all day Sunday, and then, you're busy that Monday, and then you come in and it's teams that are not terribly exciting.
It's a defensive slobber knocker.
Yeah.
So it was not offense.
So it was drained. So about halfway through, halftime of the second game, I said, you know what? I'm going to watch an episode of The Other Black Girl.
We did.
Yes. And you was catching up on Power.
I sure was.
But that was going on. Mm-hmm. But we got back to the 4th quarter of that game. I ended up watching 2 episodes of The Other Black Girl because that was a little crazy. That had me.
Yes. It was a chokehold.
That's going to be a show.
Yeah.
But, all right. So the first game, Panthers, Saints. What to say here? Like the Panthers, are they going to win a game?
Yeah, they'll win a couple.
Okay, you giving them 2.
They'll win at least 2.
All right.
I don't know how, but they'll win.
I'm trying to think who they gonna beat.
They did make some. I mean, they got the cap room. Let's make some trades because they have nothing on offense. Like no receivers, no speed.
The defense is good.
The defense is straight. The offense is just terrible.
And Bryce Young is like 2 inches tall. So
what do you call him? Little Mac?
Lil Mac out there is definitely
He's amongst the trees, definitely.
Definitely amongst the trees going on. So he had a rough go, but then towards the end of the game, like the game was pretty much a snoozer for me. Like you said, it's a defensive fest. If you love defensive football, it's for you. I don't mind watching good defense, but not the whole entire
But you need somebody
game.
to make a play every now and then.
I need somebody to make a play. But we got down to the end, and New Orleans goes into the prevent that
prevent you from winning.
Prevent you from winning.
Yep. They tried to lose. They
tried to lose. Like the Panthers came back. They scored a touchdown at the end. They had a chance for an onside. And it was actually the Saints' first touchdown given up all season, too. Yeah. Like, we were all talking that game.
They were mad.
I know. We were like, oh, they ain't give up a touchdown yet this season. Right. Like, their defense is just, better than we thinking. And then here they go slacking at the end.
Exactly.
But, yeah. Do you still see in that division is Atlanta still your...
Atlanta's my team.
Okay.
That's my pick.
Atlanta's still your team.
I think Tampa Bay's going to be in it. I mean, pretty much everybody's going to be in it but Carolina. The Panthers are in the cellar.
Yeah, the Panthers are in the cellar. So the Saints they're one of the 2-0 teams.
They're all 2-0.
Right now. They are all 2-0.
Yeah.
That is true. Mm-hmm. Once we get into there. The second game of the night, now the Steelers.
That's a hate fest game.
Steelers Browns.
I mean, it's a rivalry game, so it's going to be somebody's coming out in a body bag, and unfortunately, Chubb came out in a body bag.
That just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
With Nick Chubb and what happened there. Like, injuries in football are just so gruesome, and I feel like I don't know. Maybe the Aaron Rodgers thing kind of set it off where it feels like, man, it's really massive this year because that was a big massive one.
There's been a lot of
injuries, there's been a lot.
Yeah.
Going on.
And they don't play a lot in the preseason too, so they're not really. And they come out like 110% after not doing nothing.
They don't play a lot in the preseason. Mm-hmm. Then they added games.
Yes.
And then they have these short weeks going on.
Yeah.
It's just a lot going on with the body, and then the overwork. Like when it comes to the running backs, they don't want to pay the running backs, but then they
want to run them to the ground. Yeah.
Sometimes. And so we saw Barkley get hurt this weekend, and thankfully won't be as severe. But the Chubb, that was bad. But the game, like all the talk on Tuesday here has been about Deshaun Watson, and if this is the worst contract in NFL history.
Contract. It is. That's the worst
what's
contract.
Going on? Like,
but I'm not gonna throw Deshaun on the bus like everybody else. I think everybody just hates him because of the sex stuff that went on. Because they keep bringing it up. Like, okay.
They keep bringing it up.
Yeah, did y'all do this to Ben Roethlisberger?
To who?
Ben. You remember? Or Peyton Manning? No, that's what that got really swept on the carpet when he did in college. Y'all probably remember that.
Okay, but now you're talking too much for the people right now.
I'm just saying.
Because I swear every game they have to make mention of it
1,000 times.
1,000 times.
We know what happened. Yes, we understand. It's creepy, and why would we keep talking about it if it's so creepy?
Right.
Let it go.
And I'm still gonna hold out on him. I'm gonna see how the season kind of
It's dumb. They played at a monsoon in the first game.
Okay.
And the second game they played the Steelers defense,
who was unbelievable.
Nobody's gonna look good against them, and they were mad because what we did, the 49ers did to them in the first game.
Yeah.
So,
they already don't lose Monday night games
ever.
And Tomlin is Tomlin.
Tomlin.
Like what goes so.
Yeah. So I'm like I'm withholding my judgment, and now that Chubb is out, like it's all gonna be on his shoulders. So he's gonna prove some people wrong, I believe.
But they have the defense to do something.
They do.
So if they need to figure out,
and I think the Bengals are in for a down year, so they have opportunity to sneak up in there.
Yeah.
The Ravens though are the class of the division.
Did the Steelers win do anything for you to?
No. I have no faith in that offense. The offense is terrible.
The offense is Dranka too. Yes,
it's awful.
That offense.
I don't know how
terrible.
Canada still has a job as an OC. It's really bad.
It is really bad. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Those games, they were both close.
Yeah,
and they came down to the end. They were competitive. Yeah. I think I was just a little bit drained. Already
it wasn't
for
exciting for you.
So it just wasn't.
And the injuries kind of put a damper on everything. Like if somebody major gets hurt, it's like, well, I don't want to hate watch now because I'm watching train wrecks. Like,
exactly.
It was very difficult to watch because it was so physical.
Exactly.
And I like physicality, but that was just a lot.
That was a lot. All right. So let's go to our week 2. Okay. Let's see. Do we want to go to some 2-0 teams first? We did it.
Let's start with the good.
We'll start with the good.
Yes.
Let's start with the good.
Let's start with the good.
So we could go back to the NFC South there real quick, so you could give your Falcons.
My Falcons. I
some
told
love.
You try to hate on my Falcons. I'm like, listen, they're my Falcons for this year. I pick a team every year that I normally don't root for, but I'm like, they're ascending, so I look for the ascending team. And I think they play smart. They know they don't have much at quarterback. So they just...
That's an understatement.
They don't have much. So, but he played well. He did what he needed to do. But they run the football. And that's what you need to do. And actually, the defense is actually playing pretty good because...
They are.
They're standing off the field a lot because the offense is keeping the drive.
They are.
And the Packers kind of let me down a little bit.
I mean, they were up 12 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Packers...
They kind of
shouldn't have lost that game.
Yeah, they choked that away. The witching hour gets everybody every week.
Every week. And your boy Jordan Love, I mean, everybody's he came back down. Like, he played a good game, but when it got down there to the drive that they needed,
down, so you didn't have it.
He didn't even have a completion.
I was looking for it. Well, the last one was close. It was a good throw. It was a good throw.
And the dude still had to dive like crazy, but...
Because it was in the traffic. He was desperate.
But I'm mad we're giving out awards for closeness now
in
the NFL. That's, I guess, what we're doing.
I'm not.
He was close.
I took the Falcons. So, watch out for my Falcons, y'all. If you're betting, bet them Falcons.
Okay. All right. But they pulled out a good one at home. Mm-hmm. Welcome that. But they had 2 games at home. We'll see what they're really made of.
They're not going to be the good teams.
So
no, I'm not saying they're great. They're not going to be the good teams.
Not going to be the good teams. Now, what about? Let's go. Well,
your team.
Yes, Tampa Bay.
Right
now, Tampa Bay is my new sleeper now.
You got a sleeper. I got a sleeper in the same division.
Yeah. Now I'm not going to go too much on that other side of the ball on them 0-2 Bears. They'll go in on our the 0-2 teams, but we're just keeping on Tampa Bay right now. I am shocked. I'm surprised. I really am.
Definitely.
And I'm definitely not a Baker Mayfield fan. I'm
a Baker Mayfield hater.
Yes. And a lot of it, honestly, I wouldn't even say it's his fault. It's more of how people treated him.
Yes. They made him out to be a superstar when he was not a superstar.
Right. And he was just doing the things that people do. Like, it'd be annoying to me, like, he think he's God's gift and this and that, and he hasn't won a thing.
And done nothing.
But, you got to have some of that with you, with being a professional athlete. But the way that people, like, put him up on something before he did anything.
I mean, he won the Heisman, but all the Oklahoma quarterbacks won the Heisman.
Yeah.
So.
Whatever.
But
Mike Evans is showing out. It was funny. It was trending, too. They were like, how it's time to pay this man because they didn't.
Oh, they're not going to re-sign him. They're going to let him go. He's like, somebody's going to pick me up, and I'm going to make a difference for somebody.
He put it on them.
He put it on
them. But they are surprising me right now, and they're at 2-0, so that's definitely my surprise team in the league.
I would agree with that.
So, give it up to Tampa Bay, but we'll come back to that other side of the ball. Let's go to the Ravens. Yeah. And we'll go to the other side of that ball, too, later on with the 0-2s. But the first week, Lamar was shaky. And I was kind of like, ugh. But, he didn't play
he didn't have to
preseason. You didn't have to do much playing Houston.
Right.
But he came out now and he was making the throws that I know he can make. Some of them dimes. Oh, man. Today, yes. Yes, the defense is doing what they need to do. Now, I am concerned about their injuries, too.
It's always the Ravens.
Always the Ravens. They're like us. Yeah. They're like the Niners.
Yeah.
They stay hurt, oft injured. I am concerned about that. But the offense is doing what I want it to do right now.
Right.
We'll see if that continues. I don't know. Were you impressed by the Ravens?
Absolutely.
In this win?
Yeah, I love the Ravens.
I feel like people kind of counted them out. Like, people were saying, like, Burrow, you know, there's going to be a bounce back. But we're going to get to that.
Yes.
We're going to definitely get to that. So, that's a good 2-0 team that's out there right now. Earlier in the week, we had the Eagles that went 2-0.
The Eagles. The ELGES. Do you see that? I see you, that girl that was like Eagles. ELGES. Eagles or something like that.
When y'all see this clip, you're gonna lose it.
0, you're looking great. Go Birds. Let's go Birds. ELGS.
But yes, they are 2-0. That game, they ran the ball, which I was glad.
That's what they need to do.
Which they need to do.
Just do that.
They stuck to the run. Swift finally got those touches.
Yes.
It was like, where's he been? And
so that's how they're going to win.
Me too. They're still not playing like Eagles to me.
It's still, to me, I look at the first quadrant of the season as preseason.
Yeah.
Even though they count, I'm like, they're still kind of filling that out.
Yeah.
So they're winning. I mean, they're 2-0.
Absolutely.
And they haven't looked great. So,
all right. Let's go ahead to our team, the Niners.
Number one team.
2-0. Now, let me tell you, them Rams are sneaky. And I always hate playing the Rams.
They was cheating. Them little passes.
And that little boy, I was going to say little boy. Whatever the hell his name is. I don't know who drafted. Somebody got them in your fantasy.
I'm picking him up somewhere. I'm looking for him if he's available.
If he catch another pass.
And he did.
Right now, he kept on catching them. He just kept on. But when the defense needed to make a play,
they snuffed it out.
Snuffed it out.
Yes.
I will say, Purdy was off.
He was not great.
He was not great.
He looked like Jimmy G, and I was not liking that.
He was off on with his time at some of the throws, and Ayuk got hurt like the first play, and so he was kind of thinned up.
It was a weird kind of start to the game.
Christian McCaffrey started off crazy hot, then did nothing. And
they went away. I was like, hello? Was he still on the team?
I was confused. I was really confused. But once I just feel like whenever, with both sides of the ball, whenever they're clicking, and we'll get to our power rankings later, but
and I think with C-Mac is just trying not to make sure he gets injured, like he stays healthy.
I can
see one of his touches for that.
And I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
Now the Cowboys are also 2-0.
Scared of this team.
I am scared of this team.
I'm scared of this team. I hate it so bad.
I hate it too. I don't even want to talk about them.
But they're good. They are legitimately...
Now, granted,
good.
It's been against the deaf and the blind.
I get that, but they demolished the deaf and the blind.
That is true.
They didn't have no pity on the deaf and the blind.
That's true. So the New York teams out here...
they're the New York State champions.
Yeah.
Sorry, City of New York.
They demolished them.
Well, they got the Bills. The Bills are... They haven't played the Bills yet.
Yeah,
they get them
the Bills. They got the Bills. But they, you know what? They're doing what they need to do. Dak is managing the game on the offensive end like he needs to. The defense is just the defense. They
are world class.
World class. But I ain't gonna talk about them. I don't want to give them no love anymore.
But I'm gonna hype up Dak. Everybody's like hating Dak. Like Dak is doing okay. Let Dak.
I'm not a Dak hater.
I like
Dak.
I've always liked Dak. Even though he's a Cowboy, I liked him in college. So I root for Dak. So Dak haters just need to just pump your brakes a little bit. I mean, they're going to be okay.
Okay.
He'll push the ball down the field when they need to.
We'll see. But CeeDee Lamb, he's there. He's gonna make the catches.
But he should have got picked off by Sauce Gardner.
He definitely should have got picked off.
That was a touchdown.
That should have been a pick six. Yeah. What about the Commanders? What a comeback.
DC.
What a comeback against those Broncos.
Bellamy's my quarterback. He's my coach. Forget
That's
Rivera.
My coach. That's my coach.
It's all about.
You see what's happening in Kansas City right now.
They look terrible.
He's gone.
I'm telling you. He's tough as nails, but you got to be tough. You got to build the character up so they're playing to their potential. Come on, Sam Howell, a quarterback.
They erased the 18-point deficit in one quarter.
In one quarter. Explosive. I mean, they're going to challenge. They're going to be my outside team to challenge for a playoff.
Yeah.
In the division.
Yeah. I was calling for last year for Sam Howell to get in here.
You were.
I
wasn't feeling it, but I was like, maybe. I thought he was going to get killed.
But he still might die before the season is over.
He may.
He just may.
He still get killed.
He just may.
Yeah.
He just may. We'll see if he lasts. Now, I think the last one is the Dolphins, unless I'm missing someone.
Yeah, the Dolphins.
Dolphins 2-0.
They look very impressive.
They look very impressive.
Very impressive.
They took it to the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
They had.
I'm surprised they beat the Patriots with a power game. Like everybody thinks they're just like, oh, we can outrun you. We're fast, but they're powerful too. Like they can beat you in many dimensions.
Yes, it's the team I'm scared of.
Yeah.
The Dolphins.
I don't want them to make the Super Bowl.
No.
If we're making it, I don't want them to make it.
Oh my gosh. No, I do not want to see that. Mm-mm. Now, Tyreek Hill, he took a little step back from his 2,000-yard journey, but he got so many. He got so many that first night. So he was already kind of ahead of the pace.
Belichick was definitely going to take him away.
Yeah, definitely. But he still did what he needed to do, in that game.
Took out touchdown.
He still did, yeah. And yeah, like you said, Belichick, but Tua, that was a surprising fact that he, now 5-0 against Belichick.
And Tua I saw a stat, he's 9-0 against Super Bowl winning coaches.
Oh, wow.
He's tied with the record, so he can break it this week against Denver.
He's going to break it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but we're here with the Dolphins. Now, let's go. That's all good. Now, let's go to that other side of the ball. The 0-2.
The Molly, your danger girls.
Yes. Where to even start? All right, let's start with the Bengals because that's what's on my mind.
They're down. I was like, I hate to put a damper on the Bronco fans out there, but they're back to the Broncos right now. And
it was bad.
That calf injury is going to last all year unless he sits his butt down.
Yes.
But can he sit down? I don't think he's playing this week.
I didn't want to go in and talk a bunch of junk about Joe Burrow last week because you was like, that's my guy.
I like Joe Burrow.
I do like him. The only thing and I know he did go to a Super Bowl, and y'all don't beat me up. I'm not saying
they should have won that Super Bowl.
They should have won.
They got cheated.
He is good. I just don't. You know what? I think it's like a Lamar factor for me because I feel like people elevate people over him so much.
Lamar's my man.
That's my guy.
Nobody's
and so I got to stop being biased like that. But Joe Burrow, this is what happens with all the people that's like, I got to play. I got to be out there for my team and playing on injury. You see what happens.
Did you not see Kevin Durant?
Good for your team.
Did you see what happened to KD?
Obviously, he didn't.
He wasn't paying attention. That next thing that goes going to be your Achilles playing with that daggone calf. You better sit down somewhere.
And it scares me, now for them. Because I like the Bengals. And that wide receiving core, they shouldn't be in this position.
Well, they have an injured quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do.
He's going to have to rest. I would sit him down and just take my chances. What's their schedule?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Because I think, let me check. I got to go to it. I got to be the research man. All right, because I want to say that they play. Oh no, they do play the Rams. They play the Rams coming up.
They can beat the Rams without Joe Burrow.
They can, but it ain't gonna be easy.
They can beat the
Rams are playing, and then they have the Titans,
Cardinals.
They got a fairly easy schedule.
I would see him out for at least 3 weeks.
Yeah. So we'll see. So yeah,
even if they only win, let's say 2 of those 3 games, they can make up ground because they still have 4 division, I think, games left. They just got to sweep the division.
That's true. They
can't lose no more of those.
They can't lose no more of those.
Yeah.
And what about them Chargers, who plays the other 0-2 Vikings next week?
2 teams that I can't stand. They get all this hype every year. These quarterbacks, that's my quarterback. Can Herbert win any of these close games?
He can't.
I mean, Staley, I think, is a terrible coach.
Yes.
I think maybe that's the reason why.
And the thing is, Herbert, you look at his stats and he's doing amazing. But when it gets down to the plays that you gotta have,
he can't make them.
He's not making them.
He don't make them.
He don't make them.
So
and your coach, though, is the reason.
Is horrible.
He's the reason.
I blame him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he tried to get all pissy in his press conference.
I saw that. I'm like, no, y'all just suck. And you coach defense, like you're a defensive mastermind genius. And you just spend all this money on defense, and what is it giving you?
Nothing.
L's.
A bunch of losses.
Y'all giving up leads, which the Chargers have always given up leads that whole entirety of their organization. Even when they were in San Diego.
Yeah.
The Superchargers give up leads.
That's true. Terrible. They're playing terrible right now, and they're playing another team that's playing terribly, the Minnesota Vikings.
Now, it's some talks about Kirk Cousins. Should the Jets trade for him?
I've been hearing
I would get rid of Kirk Cousins.
I would.
Absolutely.
I'll cut bait.
Because I mean, they'll cut bait anyway at the end of the year. And
you're not going to win. You're not going to win with him.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
See, that's why I think they should have drafted Hooker. They were smart. They would have drafted Hooker in the draft.
Yeah.
And because, he wasn't going to play this year.
Yeah.
And he could be quarterback next year.
That's true.
But there's a lot of quarterbacks coming out of college, though.
The Vikings just always are like, blind to me. They just don't. Your boy, you said Madison was getting death threats too.
He was.
Y'all need to chill.
Chill out of fantasy. Y'all bet your whole life and losing it.
You can't be doing that, y'all. You can't be doing that.
But Justin Jefferson, that's the only thing I like about Minnesota.
That's it. Jefferson. That's the only thing there is to like. Is Justin Jefferson.
But the defense will probably come together because I forgot that old boy's coaching them. They coach with the Dolphins.
They could come together.
What's his name?
The defense can
come
together.
But yeah, I like him as a coach.
Now, what about them Bears? We'll stick with that division there. Go on there.
Next question.
Y'all know we like Justin Fields, but I'm starting to wonder if I was wrong. That's all.
I'm not belling. I'm
not belling.
It's not looking great.
I'm not belling.
But that interception for that screen pass I've never seen like that in my life.
And I just don't like the body language. He just seems a little lost and confused. Maybe
it's what are you doing? Like, what are y'all doing? Are y'all coaching? Are y'all having a film study? Like,
I don't know.
Go back to that Ohio State film. Run some Ohio State plays. Something. Because the plays you call it.
He can throw the ball. I don't understand. Like, he can throw the ball.
But I mean, he was going to, like, world-class athletes. How about you draft some of those, too?
That's true.
Draft some of those receivers.
That's a good point. Who he was throwing to.
Jeez.
But I didn't see this come. I felt he was going to have a great start to the season.
I really thought that they had a chance to challenge for the division.
Me too.
The division was wide open.
Me too.
Well, I was wrong about that.
Were we wrong or were we wrong?
There's only 2 games in. Maybe they could magically turn it around, I mean, they play Kansas City next. 0-3.
Well, yeah.
They should have won last week. That was your chance.
One other one I'm disappointed in, the Broncos.
I'm not disappointed. I'm kind of rooting for an implosion because I don't like Sean Payton.
I wanted Russell to do better this year.
I mean, Russell,
and he's not
bad.
Not
a problem. Well,
he's not
He's
bad.
Been awful in the second half of the
The second half of the games, he's been terrible.
Awful. But he's been playing good enough to win. Like, they shouldn't have lost that last game. They had a They spotted 21-3 for your defense, and y'all going to give up all these points in one quarter, I think it's more to talk about than Russell Wilson.
No, you're right. You're right.
So
I don't know. I just thought they was going to be more competitive. Is anybody going to challenge Kansas City ever?
They're all dysfunctional, man.
They're all.
The answer's no. No.
They're just not it.
Are they? No, the Raiders. The Raiders.
Because they played the Broncos.
Exactly.
So somebody had to win.
They won by default.
So what happened to the Raiders and the Bills? Good Lord. That's
why the Bills were my pick this week.
Smart pick. Mm-hmm. That was embarrassing. The Patriots. We got the Patriots and the Cardinals at 0-2. I don't think any of those were really unexpected to me, Patriots, in my opinion.
They're kind of good and they're kind of not.
Right.
Like the first half is, they're always coming back because I guess the defense are letting up or something. So I don't know if they're really good.
Yeah.
Because they stink in the first half.
Stink.
That
is true. What is that? But both of the games have come down to the end. And what controversial plays.
Both of them at the end.
Well, the first game, he was out.
He was out.
But it was very close against the Eagles. Mm-hmm. But this last game, I don't know how they overturned. They overturned that first down. That lineman was fighting for that boy.
That fat ass was getting that. Yes. Get it, big boy. Let's hit for the big boys. He was trying to get it.
So, I don't know. But the Cardinals, don't think anyone is surprised, but what a surprise with the way they lost. That comeback by the Giants, now that was crazy.
That was really crazy.
That was crazy.
We were here talking mad trash about these Giants.
Like, y'all down 60-0.
Y'all
this
suck.
Season.
Y'all can't even
Been
score.
Through 8 quarters and 8 scoring touchdown.
And you losing to Joshua Dobbs. I mean, they tried to lose.
Here they go in that second half.
And they lost it. They found a way to lose.
I want to know what happened in that locker room.
Oh, the paint was yelled off the wall, I know, for sure.
Something.
He must have said, I'm either taking game checks, I'm taking wives, I'm taking children. He bartered something. He bartered for that win.
Definitely.
But they're going down Thursday.
Who they play Thursday?
Us.
Oh, yeah, they play us. That's right. Oh, yeah, and Barkley's gone too. If you're betting.
I'm thinking that'd be my eliminator pick, but then I would probably play that and then the 49ers will lose. So I'm not going to pick it just because of that.
That's a good point. Maybe they're going to be riding on a high from Daniel Jones.
It could be. That's why I'm going to pick somebody else.
Opie number 2.
Probably Kansas City.
We'll see. All right. So out of all those, who's your Molly? You in danger, girl.
For 2 weeks in a row, the Bears. Like, just blow it up. Get rid of everybody. Like, it's a lot of quarterbacks coming out. Justin, we'll give you a chance.
Yes.
Like, this is a 14-game audition now, buddy. If you're not making it, they have to get another quarterback. There's a lot of good quarterbacks coming out. And fire the offensive coordinator, fire the head coach.
Yeah.
Fire the general manager. I know even though he's black, I prefer everybody black, but fire.
I'm going to go, and I would say them too. And I would say the Bengals until we looked at their upcoming schedule.
Yeah, it's serviceable.
So I'm going to go to Chargers.
Oh, they better win this week. If they don't win this week.
If they don't win this week.
I think he may be fired, for real.
And that's who's in trouble. That's who's in trouble. Real. And I wanted to see if and they are playing in Minnesota. So they're playing in Minnesota too. Like, yeah. And it's proven to be a thing, a history. Like, if you keep losing these close games, all of a sudden we just got to believe.
You're a loser.
You're a loser. You don't know how to win.
You know how to win.
So they need to show something because these are going to be 2 desperate teams
and your favorite quarterback
playing each other. My favorite quarterback.
Justin Herbert. Not you rooting for Justin Herbert.
Convince me, Justin Herbert. Convince me you could be that dude.
Okay.
We're going to see. Because you got the pieces.
Yeah, they're stacked. There's no reason for them to be as bad as they are.
Stacked.
Yeah.
So I think that game's going to be a shootout.
Yes.
I might bet some money on that over.
Oh, play the over.
I'm going.
Definitely.
I'm
the
going
scoreboard's
that
going
way.
to break.
Because both of them teams really need it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're in on our power rankings.
Okay.
You say you wanted to do some power rankings today.
Okay.
So who we got? We going 5-1?
5-1.
All right.
Okay, I couldn't make a decision on 5,
so
boy. It's a tie for me.
Not a tie.
Yes.
Now we starting off with a tie.
It's a tie for 5th.
America, I need you to vote on this.
Tie for 5th.
See who has the best.
Kansas City and the Ravens. I got them tied for 5. I like both of their defenses. I think Kansas City's defense is really good and underrated. I like the Ravens defense. I think Kansas City's offense is going to come together. And I love Lamar and what he's doing. I love Mahomes. I can't pick between Mahomes and Lamar. So I'm going them at number 5. Number 4, the ELGES Eagles. Number 3, I think I'm going to go with Miami in my top 3. Because what they're doing, they really are balling right now. Number 2, sorry, Cowboys. I can't have you number 1 until you beat the 49ers head-to-head. So I had the Niners as the number 1 team in the league.
See, this is why we're brothers, so this is going to be hard
We
to be
haven't discussed
different.
this, yeah.
We haven't even discussed it, but ours are the exact same except for that tie. Like, I have the Ravens clearly number 5.
I know you did.
So, I don't even know where this tie business is coming from, because Kansas City is just not playing like, I mean, the defense is the story right now.
The defense is great.
But
so I got to run with that
they
defense.
just have not caught up
They
on
can
that
catch up.
offense.
They
We'll
catch
see. We'll see. They go. I mean, as they will. It's my homeboy. But right now, as it currently stands, I have the Ravens at 5. I have the Eagles at 4. I have the Dolphins at 3. The Cowboys at 2. And the Niners at 1.
Oh, so that means somebody's going to go get beat this week. And flip this all the way around.
We do this all the time. Whenever we don't talk about something and then we have the same thought,
Right.
then it's wrong.
Somebody's going to be in trouble.
Somebody's in trouble.
Yes.
So if we ever agree,
Go the opposite direction.
It's not a good thing. You need to go the opposite. And are you disappointed in your Lions?
No.
We didn't talk about that, or we didn't give Geno his shine.
Geno's a man. I love Geno. I hate the Seahawks, but I like Geno. I mean, I kind of expected that to be a shootout, and I expected the Seahawks to win that game.
Yeah.
Because they lost so bad. I generally think teams that lose really bad the week before, if they're a good team, they'll come back and win the next week. So I kind of expected them to win the next week.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was a little letdown for me.
I still think the Lions are going to win the division. I'm not giving up on Detroit. I'm still here for the 3-1-3.
We'll see. We'll see, Detroit.
Yes.
I don't know, y'all. Just keep doing this.
They have suffered enough. They are going to win.
We shall see. We shall see. But those games are always good between them now, for some reason.
Yeah, I'm glad they play. I don't know why. I don't know how we got this matchup.
I don't know, but it's always a good game.
Yeah.
But, all right, y'all. Well, thanks for joining us as we talk about week 2.
See you next
in
week.
College, and see you next week. I'm not going to say Friday.
There won't be no Friday.
I don't know. Maybe. You just don't know.